Alright, trying to make a garden video, and the mailman, he delivered some stuff, and then he come back and he realized he forgot to drop off another one, and I'm glad, because it was my kid's Christmas present, or one of them anyway. These are 3 beds here. They got wood chips in between them, but they're 3 different beds, and these are wide. They're 3 foot wide. And, you know, like this one right here's got broccoli and all kinds of stuff in it. These were overflow plants. These were some that I just had like extras of. And some of them were like plants that were crowding. Get that weed out of there. Plants that were kind of crowding other plants. Like especially that one right there. I didn't even realize that one was kind of tucked under some other plants. And it was just kind of lingering in there. But I dug it out. I figured, what the hell, we'll see what it does. It wasn't going to do anything where it was, because it was completely blocked out. Spots, get out of my garden. Get out of the garden. Stay on the cats, man. They think this is litter box heaven. This is 2 different kinds of spinach, I think. I got a mark down there. I planted these with my seeder. There's a lot of leaves in here. I actually tilled leaves into this dirt. I wasn't planning on planting this year, but I had a bunch of spinach seeds, and I thought, what the hell, I'll just plant it. If it does anything, it does it. If it don't, if it don't. If it's way more than I can eat, I'll put the excess on the compost pile and kind of kick it off. And because I got a ton of leaves out here, and you know, you don't really have any greens. Like I got some little lettuce planted there. I planted some stuff with a cedar I got. There's some salad, little red salads. And there's some green ones beside them. I don't know if you can see it. I think that's butter crunch. And I planted a little butter crunch and a little bib. Make sure that's off. And here's like stuff that's been going a while. That was a fairly new project. It's been going less than a month. This is just, you know, this and that. Pots of carrots and leeks, cilantro, carrots and lettuce. Just mixtures, carrots and leeks, carrots and lettuce. This is all romaine that's slowly coming out and being replaced with, like you see that red one there, and there's some red ones down there, and leafy stuff, like some leafy stuff here. You pull the romaines and replace them with leafy stuff that's more winter tolerant, because we're 2 days from Thanksgiving now. So you got to have that stuff that can handle the cold snap when we get them. Brussels sprouts, they're about 4 weeks behind these broccolis that are doing their thing here, you know. These are like between the size of a golf ball and a tennis ball here. And I got some about baseball size, probably between a baseball and a softball cabbages kicking off here. Some kale down in there hiding too. Once this broccoli comes out of here, that kale will kick off. You don't have to worry about kale. Kale is one of them things that just goes and goes and goes around here. I would grow kale around here, and I swear to God, I could grow 1 plant and it would give you all the kale you would need, because you could pick it every other day. I mean, it's just insane the way that stuff grows out here. Winter, summer, fall, spring, doesn't matter. It could be in the middle of a drought. It could be rainy as shit. Kale's like a weed. Lettuces, all different kinds, you know. More of my stuff in pots. There's like random stuff in here, like some broccoli down there and some basil. This basil's all going to die as soon as we get a cold snap. That's some cilantro, I think, yeah. Brussels sprouts with some garlics sprinkled in there between them. This is broccolini, and it's trying to do some stuff down in there. If you can see it, there's some little broccolinis trying to grow there. It's like broccoli that's on like a stalk, you know. Kind of similar to a broccoli rabe. I think it's actually a different plant than broccoli rabe. But it's very similar to it, you know. It's my oldest bunch of carrots. These have been going for a couple of months here. They're about the size of my pinky. I pulled a couple up to thin a few here. I don't know, there's maybe 100 carrots there. There's 4 rows of them. Maybe 100, 75 or 100. There's some more carrots planted in these blocks here that were planted up at least a month and a half after these. That's cilantro. And get over here to the cilantro is one of these things that I never knew was a wintertime, fall, spring, fall, wintertime kind of thing. This is where I said, like I said, I pulled some stuff to thin it. I had it stacked a little deep here, but then after I got done pulling stuff, I had stuff start dying, and that white powder is Sevin dust, because ants were getting after the roots of these son of a bitches and killing them. And it wasn't like a pile of ants, it was like just a line of ants, of fire ants, because they sting the shit out of you. When I was pulling plants out of here to transplant from here to over there, when I was doing that, I noticed that as I was carrying the plants, because I would pick a couple and just carry them in my hand over there and put them in that bed, as I was doing that, and those fire ants were biting the shit out of me, and I was like, what the hell's going on? And then it dawned on me, that's what's killing my plants. The damn fire ants are like all in the roots. So when I dug up the plant, I dug up like a nest of freaking fire ants. Anyway, that's why there's Sevin dust sprinkled here and there. Some leeks doing pretty good there too. That's pretty good looking leeks. This is arugula. I believe that's a Italian kale. A little this and that. There's more romaine that was planted probably a month after what's over there in the bed. There's some there that was planted a couple of weeks later. More broccolini, like 6 or 7 broccolinis, with some just little tiny carrots that hadn't been in there too long, about a month maybe, from seed, And then these are garlics planted in here, kind of along the wood chip path. And these are cabbages over here. I actually had the fire ants make a run for this little cabbage plant right here. It started getting like it was falling behind these other ones, and it was wilty looking every day. I'd water it and it'd still be wilty. And the ants were doing a number on it too. I might have saved it, but I did, put a little dab of Sevin dust around it, Carrots, later carrots. See how they get bigger or get smaller as you go? They're sequentially planted like 2 or 3 weeks apart from each other. This is lettuce out the ass with some leeks sprinkled in there. The little wispy things are leeks. And these, this lettuce will be going out Thanksgiving. Like I say, it's a couple days before Thanksgiving. There's some celery. They'll probably put some of that in the salad too. A little celery leaf and celery stalks, put it in the salad. That'd be pretty good. My little greenhouse, I bought 2 of them for $8. One of them was smaller than this, but they're made by the same company. So they're built to the same poles and the connectors and everything that holds this all together. They're all made of the same stuff. So of the 2 of them, I was able to make one, without having anything missing or anything. It worked out pretty good. I got more potted stuff in here. Got kind of cool last night, so I threw some stuff in here. And you can tell how much bigger and healthier this is because it stays in the greenhouse. The greenhouse makes a difference, man. It gets stuff going. There's some little lettuces. I need to set that outside. It needs to get a little cooler. It's about 85 degrees in that greenhouse. There's some carrots in there, some arugula. I need to roll this door up and tie it off. I just kind of got it laying there. But here's another bed. Here's another 50-foot long, 3 of them 3 foot wide. I'm doing some experimenting. This one's got some compost on top of it, about 3 inches of compost on top. This has nothing but the soil that's out here. There are 4 rows of spinach here. There's 3 rows of spinach here with some other stuff mingled in there. There's some leeks in there. There's a couple of little lettuces right there. There's some garlic coming up. I put some garlic cloves in here that I had. So we'll see what it does. This right here, I put lettuce. And there was a couple of spinaches that I started from seed just to make sure the seeds I got were good before I went through all the trouble of planting them. I started a few of them and they took off. Little red leaf lettuces. And you can see my hoe right there. That's where I'm having to go through this and pick grass out of it. And you can do it takes about an hour to go maybe 15 feet, 10 or 15 feet. Depends on how thorough you want to be. So I still got a ways to go. You know, I should be doing that shit instead of making this video. There's my wood chips. It's shrinking. That pile's shrinking fast. You know, that thing was I mean, it was big. But when you start putting wood chips around all these beds and in between the beds, and it goes quick. The asparagus, it's what asparagus does when it grows and gets full grown. You know, you eat the sprouts. This is the plant after it runs its full course. It makes like a fern, you know. There's a little lettuce that's planted in here. There's some garlics along the side. And I think there's some leeks, maybe some green onions. I think that's green onions right there. But, you know, there's a little bit of everything in here. There's my compost pile back there. That's about it. You know, it's going to be a handful to tackle. There's no doubt about it. But if you stay on top of it, you know, it's kind of hard to get it going. Once you get it going, it's just a matter of don't let the weeds get in it. You know, just keep the weeds out of it. Keep some plants. Keep some seeds germinating. Keep some plants going. Keep them alive. Keep them watered. And then when you pull something out, put something in. And you keep doing that. And hopefully we can do a little farmer's market stuff this spring. We're going to try and do the Mineola Farmer's Market. And it's a small farmer's market, but it'll be kind of fun to do. Go up there on Saturday morning, set up with a little table and a little awning and a couple of coolers of vegetables. You know, try and sell some of this shit. Might be surprised. I mean, these heads of romaine, fresh, homegrown romaine, you know, they're about $2.50, $3 at Brookshire's. I figure at the farmer's market, you could probably get $3.50 for them. Maybe $4 a head. And there is a world of difference in them. It's a world of difference in eating these and eating the ones from the grocery store. It's like a lot of things. It's just got flavor. I mean, it's got romaine flavor. So you make a Caesar salad with this and you do it with some good dressing and some good cheese and some good croutons, and you do it all up right. When you get done, you got a good salad that's like better than anything. You couldn't get anything as good at any restaurant or anywhere around here. You just couldn't. It's just impossible. They don't have this stuff. It doesn't exist unless you grow it yourself or go to the farmer's market and buy it from somebody who's growing it, like I am here, or, you know, a lot of people do this. But anyway, it's something to do. It's kind of a new hobby. I'm type 2 diabetic, so I like to walk and hike and do all this kind of stuff. And I was like, you know what? I could be doing something productive with my physical exertion that I'm putting in. I could be out here hoeing, raking, pulling weeds, planting stuff, doing this, doing that, and actually making something around here and get something going instead of just walking for the hell of it. You know what I mean? I still do some walking. I still like to go hiking. Hiking's fun to do. It's not just an exercise thing. But, you know, this here, I start looking at all this food we were able to crank out in the middle of almost wintertime. You know, winter's coming up shortly. And anyway, we'll see. See if we can keep this stuff alive.